back. I hope you're enjoying this journey over this D minor synth sounds jam track and learning all kinds of cool head-turning licks. And in this lesson, we're going to look into the natural minor scale, which is also called the Aeolian mode, which is also called pure minor, right? And that's the scale of choice that I have used, that I used in the intro and that I wanted to play over this jam because it gave me that real kind of sad, kind of and mournful sound, and that's what I was going for, and modern too, kind of modern sound. And that's why I picked natural minor. We're stopping on certain notes and accenting certain notes within that scale for some extra punch, because our head-turning licks are not only head-turning because they're cool sounding, but also depends on the chord or chords you're playing over that could make them very cool sounding. All right, so let me show you a couple things. Oh, before I show you the scale patterns, remember one thing. If you don't know your natural minor scales yet, or you don't know natural minor, you can always refer to the ebook because I have that all explained out. Knowing those notes on each string of the scale is really important. And that's something that we can use and turn into licks. So for instance, on the high E string, on the B string, and so on and so forth. So you want to learn the notes to the scale not only vertically but also horizontally. Here's why that's important. Let's get into some licks like I was playing into in the intro that sound like this. That was all on one string on the B string using a cool device. Basically what we're doing is we're moving up, ascending the scale on one string, but we're skipping a note and then going back to a note. And it kind of sounds kind of Joe Satriani-ish, right? So basically what we're doing, one pick and two slides. So if I'm on the B string, 5th, 6th, and 8th fret, that's the scale part, right? So instead of going from 5 to 6, slide from 5 to 8, and then back to 6. So you see how you're skipping over notes, so you get a wide interval jump. Then we do the same thing. The next three notes would be 6, 8, and 10, right? So instead of 6 to 8, we'll go in 6 to 10. And then back to 8. So you get this so far. The next three notes would be 8, 10, and 11. So you go 8 to 11, and then back to 10. And continue right up the scale, and I ended it on the root note. I'll do the whole lick slow. Right? It's super cool once you get fast at it. Now you can do that on any string. You can do that with any scale. It's just basically you're going over a note, so you're getting a wider interval jump, and then back to it. And you heard me play that in the intro, or you'll hear it in the outro. Sounds really cool. I like playing, oftentimes, that's very head-turning, and oftentimes those head-turning things that catch my ear are those wide interval jumps. That's why I like arpeggios so much. We're going to go over a bunch of arpeggios later. But you could do this same thing on other strings too. Like you heard me playing an octave lick, and then I kind of used some longer intervals. So I didn't go from one note to the next note in the scale to the next one. I'm jumping over. So and you heard this. Right? So that big jump there was from the 3rd fret on the C note on the A string all the way up to that 8th fret, right, to the F note. And then back to the D note. So I was doing something like, so you can see how you can get those really cool sounds. You can stop on certain notes and hold the tension. Like I like holding that F note, that flat 3rd, right? That's that same note. tension, and then release it back to the root. Head turning, right? So mess around with those interval jumps on one string and then resolve them to strong chord tones like the F or the E, the second, or the A, which is the fifth, right? Or obviously the D. Great resolution notes, but also could be tension and release. And those wide interval jumps really give you some head turning stuff. And we're just doing it within the natural minor or Aeolian, D Aeolian scale.